I started to think that for me to be able to have my mom, I needed to be sick, and so I started making myself sick a lot as like a little kid, as like a 4-year-old. And I was like scratching my arms with forks and like rubbing burns into my face and doing all of these things. So my mom would take me, and I remember we would always go to the doctor, and they always said I was allergic to something in the air. They couldn't find out what it was, but I knew that like I had my mom there, and that was the time that she was like caring for me. And so I think that's a lot, like where a lot of like mental health stuff started happening, like waking up in the middle of the night with my mom not being there. My mom was like doing drugs and not done. She was like a young mom. She was like 19 when she had my sister and 20 when she had me. And she didn't have a lot of family support. She grew up in like foster care and like jumping home to home. And so growing up as a kid, like we got left home alone a lot. And then my mom started to get really abusive and started like hitting us. And I like chipped teeth from her. She just like would see red and just go for it. And CPS got involved and took me away and put me with my aunt, and I lived with my aunt for a little bit. And yeah, I would go back to live with my mom, and then she would like get really drunk and beat up her boyfriend, and then police would come and they would take us away again. I was living with my grandparents, and then after I graduated, a few nights later they had locked me out of the house, and they were just like, okay, you're on your own. And I was just like, okay. So I ended up homeless. I remember just going to church and just breaking down and just saying, I'm exhausted. Like that was the number one, like I'm exhausted. I don't even know, I'm just exhausted. Like I just want to throw everything down and like lay on the ground and just like feel safe somewhere. I'm getting used to like being around everyone here, and I always know I can go upstairs and walk by the office and see someone like smile at me if that's what I need. And I feel like I could ask for whatever I need and they would help me.